Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Paterson, and welcome back to a new video. Today's going to be a fun one because it's all about mood boarding. Now, I haven't been on the channel for a while because it's sort of the start of the year, which means it's like I had to pay tax and get all stuff to do with my accounts, which I'll talk about later. And because I've been working on a lot more client projects recently, it's got me thinking of how I can mood board more effectively. So I'm doing basically like a new video showing you how I now mood board on my MacBook or my iPad or my computer or anything like that. Now, if you don't know what a mood board is basically a board or a piece of paper or an area to put different inspirational images down, or images that are sort of correlating to a certain mood. And you generally use this when you're creating something from scratch, like maybe a painting or a piece of design work, a logo, a fashion accessory, or a business or a certain product that you're trying to create. You use mood boards to get an idea of the certain mood across when you can't really explain it. It's basically like a brief, or it's basically like, showing someone a sense of direction, things that are inspiring to the designer or inspiring to the company or motivating it. Now, mood boarding is really important, especially for logo designers like me, because I need to be able to see what the company looks at. Now, a lot of the time I do the mood boarding for them because I do my research into their brand when they hire me out or commission me, and then I look into their brand of what it could be. And especially if it's a new company, they want to see your mood boarding work. And another huge reason why I mood board is it makes my life a lot easier. I can look at different aspects of mood boards and all different aspects of the work on the mood board and get it fixed that way and see what I can do with it. So today I'm going to be showing you on my laptop with an app called Milanote, which is a web-based app, and it's also a MacBook app or a Mac app if you wanted to download it. And Milanote are basically sponsoring this video today because I actually do all my mood boarding inside of Milanote, which is an app that you can use to organize your life, organize your creative projects, and have a visual representation of to-do lists or images or anything. But I love to use this for mood boarding because I can connect it to my client and they can add comments and things like that. And the best part about it is completely free and you guys should go and check it out. So I'm going to show you right now how I do mood boarding on Milanote. If you've never seen a mood board before, this is kind of what it looks like. It's just a board full of images. Now the problem is when you're normally doing mood boards, you have to kind of like save the images and then put them into a document. And I used to do this on Illustrator and then print it off. But now this Milanote board here makes it completely easy. So I'm actually working for a company at the minute. I won't give you the full name of it, but in this company board, I have a project plan and a mood board, which I can go and double click into. And I have all these different images that I can move around and change the sizes of. Now, what I normally do with mood boarding is I first off do the brief. So the brief is the most important part. I look at what they've said, and if they haven't given me one that is like ultimately the best brief, then I'm going to do one myself and then send it to them and see what they think. That generally helps me in my process. So the first thing I do when I go to mood boarding is look at other people's work. Now, this project is based on a Floridian or a American air conditioning company based in Florida. So I've got lots of different typographic work in here and a couple of icon works. Now, what I'm looking for is something that can fit with the type, something that's unique. And I've got a lot of things that I like on this mood board that I've done here. For instance, this Roosevelt coffee thing here, I think this looks really nice. And the reason behind it looking nice is it's in monoline and it's a long logo type. And having long logo types with something like this works really well because the word that I'm trying to get in there is Floridian. I liked this one. And again, this one I really liked for the main reason that it's so geometric and modern. I like the modern aspect of it. Here we've got an icon that's very minimalist and I wanted to see what I could do with that. But when I think of Floridian and air conditioning and things like that, I'm looking for these waves. Now, obviously I've got competitor logos in here, as well as like cool down solutions to see what they've done. And I'm using similar logos to an industry or the logos for another person or another company to compare to my sort of idea to theirs. Now, obviously these logos, they're okay, nothing breathtaking, but I can take certain aspects out of it. Now, the best way to get or gain information or images for your mood board is by searching online, and I love to look in Behance. I'm going to just quickly sign in. So here we've got like a lot of logo lettering in here, and I think it's from like sort of the same guys, put loads of these out and they look really cool. And logo lettering is something that I search for a lot because in my job, people come to me for logo types or word marks. And I'm also doing company icons as well. So I like to have a logo type with an icon in it as well. But for instance, here I found a few, you know, you got this one, it doesn't work very well, but I scanned through and you see this, the Philips Home. I like that. It looks pretty cool. So what I'll do is I'll just like, you know, take that and I'm going to copy image address and just right click and copy it. And I go ahead back to my Milanote and I can instantly put it in here by double clicking, just pasting it in and pressing enter, and it'll bring the image in there for me. All right, so that is the overview of how to basically mood board and what a mood board's for and how it can help. Now I'm going to take you through the process of my mood boarding, and this can be very sporadic. So I'm going to give myself a fake company. So I'm going to work for a technology company, let's say, and I'm going to have to find a logo type and an icon. Now the logo type doesn't have to be anything fancy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my home here, and I'm going to make a new board, and I'm going to call this fake project. And let's say it's called fake project. I'm just going to make that little thing here, and then I'm just going to make a mood board as well. So I'm going to go to my templates here and then make a mood board. And in here you've got like, you know, different things that I don't really want the example content in there. And this is my mood board that I can use, okay? So the way that I'm going to do this actually is if I could just get rid of it, I'm just going to go ahead and find some links to things that I like. I'm just going to type in technology, tech logo. Type in tech logo because that's what we're trying to create. It's a technology company that works in software, so we're going to look for that. Okay, so we've got like water tech here, okay? Now, obviously I don't like this very much, but we can copy the image address and we can just easily input it into here like so. But just because it might work really well, it might not. We just have to see how it goes. I'm going to go find another one. And what I'm looking for when I'm scrolling down here is simplicity and modernism. So I'm looking for abstract modernism in the logo, something that I can take inspiration from. So this one looks really good. I'm going to choose this one as part of the technology logo mood board. And I'm going to right click it and I can either copy the image address or just save it to Milanote right here. And I can save it to, you know, the mood board or the fake project. And we've got the mood board in there. We just press save to mood board. So when we do this, we can actually have everything in this unsorted category here and just drag it in after. Obviously we can have like major logos like Apple logo and things like that if that would help you, but it's all about if something's going to help you. Now the process of me doing this is so I can see things visually about the logos and come up with correlations like what makes it cool. So for instance here we've got this E and I like that. This looks really cool. I really like that. And we're just going to save this to Milanote as well. We're just going to save that to the mood board right there, and we're going to go and carry on searching. Again, logos like down here, this one here, first step, that's not really the logo I'm looking for, and it doesn't fit any of the stylings. I'm not just picking a logo that just looks good, even if like, you know, I don't really want a lobster font logo in there, but like any logos that look good, it doesn't really matter. Like Invanto, that looks really cool. I like this sort of primary color style down here, that looks cool. Game On, that looks pretty cool as well. Save that to Milanote. What other ones have we got? We've got Samsung. I like the Samsung logo as well a lot, so we'll just search for that really quick. I like this logo. I like this one too, so we're just going to actually just use this one. So we can save that to Milanote right there. The Sony Vaio logo's got a really cool look to it as well, and I'm going to just go ahead and find one that I like. And you see here the explanation towards it. And we just put that in as well. Now I've got a few pieces of mood board there as well, but I'm going to put like, you know, a mobile phone in there too, because a mobile phone, like for instance this one here, is part of the project. They're creating software in my fake company. They're creating software, so I'm putting that into the mood board as well, just so we can get the color aspects with the gradients and the metallics and stuff like that. I want to know if it would fit onto a phone. Now once we've done that, we can come out of our browser here. I'm just going to quit it, and in here we can select all of them and just drag them in and sort them out by just clicking and dragging. We can sort these out to however size we want it to be or whatever, but it's just so we can have it in there in front of us as a mood board. So now that we've got all the logos and different things in the mood board in there, I'm going to write a bit about them, what I like and what I don't like. You can actually add lines to them, you can comment on them, and then you can send this to the client. So what I like about the Samsung logo, for example, is minimalism, but it's also got bits missing. I like the kerning and the tracking, so I'm just going to put the tracking and the use of thick and thins. And there we go, and that's one caption right there. Now what I would do is I would go through each and every single one of these and justify my position on them and why they're in here. And for me, in my job, what I tend to do is once I've done that is I'll write some notes, maybe like I'll drag a note out or draw it. If you haven't got Milanote, you can draw it, or you can actually do a to-do list. So my to-do list on this could be, for instance, choose proper color scheme, and then maybe mood board it, because I'll probably need to mood board the color scheme as well. And I know I spell scheme or color even differently to you guys. So I'll do all my to-do list down there, and I might make some general observations. Now, one that I've got is that there's no script logo in there. There's nothing that has cool typographic elements to it in a script format or in a serif format, really. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a little note, and I would always say, notice the lack of script and serif style. And that's simply because there's so much styling in this already, and it just needs to be modern and cool. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's how I mood board, and it's different from what I used to do a few years ago, which was just sit down and write things down. And if you have an iPad Pro and you wanted to physically write it down, you can either print this by exporting it as a PDF like you would do in Illustrator, or you could just send it to your iPad very easily and just use an app to write notes on top of it. But that is the basic mood board of how I do things, and I would like to know your thoughts down below. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I just want to give a huge shout out to Milanote for sponsoring the video. Now, Milanote are not just any sponsors, they're a sponsor that I use on the daily with my client projects. There's so many things I could tell you about it and what its capabilities and the potential of having it is. And if you want to create a custom mood board in literally under 2 minutes, you can go to the template for the mood board, and you can even search an Unsplash on Milanote, and then you can put hex codes in for your color palettes, and bang, you've got your very own mood board. Very quick and easy, ready for you to share with your client. Now, Milanote is completely free to use for anyone on here. There are options to upgrade, and I use an upgraded version, but it's great for anyone who's in the creative industry who needs to sort of map out their mind a bit more visually than just writing things down, and it just makes everything a lot easier for mood boarding. So go and check out the free software Milanote down below. The link's in the description. It would be cool to see what you guys create on there. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please press that red subscribe button, leave a like. I'm going to aim for 1,000 likes. I hope I get 1,000 likes on this video, because mood boarding is great if you know how to do it. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you soon. Goodbye.